Figure this is a rare one. Figure I'll show it to you. You guys see us doing a lot of the screen fixes all the time. Touchscreen's not working, stuff like that. So this is actually a 2018 Subaru Outback, and as you can see, you see it, that's not dirt on the screen. That's called delamination. So that's the touchscreen literally delaminating itself. So radio works, turns on perfectly fine. You can sit here all day touching, you're not going to get anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this off, get the whole radio out, pull the screen off, which kind of like it goes like around the volume knob, around the tuning knob, and then and like all this just comes off as one big piece. We'll put a new one on, and hopefully it'll work for him. So all right, just want to kind of show you what it looks like before I put one on, and we'll see how it looks at the end, and hopefully it touches and works. So once you get the radio out, it's kind of the hole you got. Make life easy. There's there's vents right here. They just pry right out, and you got two Phillips screws, one there, one there. And then down here, there's, you got the climate controls. This part just has a small little cover. So if you just sit there for a second, stay. There we go. Here's the cover. It's literally just a cover. So you pry this off, and then you'll get two more Phillips. One there, one there. This comes right out. From there, you'll have two more Phillips right here, right here. That'll be the radio. The radio's tight. The plugs are tight in there. So you take the radio off, and then the radio has its own brackets. I already took the brackets off. That's just Phillips on the side of the radio. But this is what you end up with in your hand. This isn't too bad. You're going to take some torque screws out. One here, one there. Same thing on the other side. And then this chassis part, this part right here, will pull off from this part. So you'll literally pull these two parts apart. It'll be two separate pieces when it's done. Once you get that apart, you're going to take out these other torques. There should be four more on this metal plate. One there, one there. And then on the top there, you got one there, one there. Pull those torques off, and then this metal plate itself, you'll end up nicely unclipping and prying off. Once you get to that, there'll be a simple ribbon cable, which I'll show you once I get there, and we'll unclip that and then get the screen off. All right, guys, exactly like I said, there's that chassis part that I pulled off. Here's where the metal part was. It was on there, like I said, there's four screws, and then you just work your way around the edges, and you can see like these little guys are kind of bumped out a little bit. You're not even really prying. You're just putting like a tool in there, like just a small flathead, and just bending just a smidge, and then this just pops right off. Once you get here, you've got your main circuit board. You've got a couple ribbon cables. You see the three ribbon cables. We're going after the big one. That's the guy that you pop off. He's real simple. It's just a lock tab, so you'll just literally pop up on the lock tab, and then the cable pops out. So we'll do that. After that, now understand, guys, you shouldn't be doing this in your lap like I am. I'm on the road doing this thing. I'm not at my shop or anything, so I'm literally just doing this in my hands. You should be on a bench, on a table. Once you get that ribbon cable out, this screen is just glued on. So you literally have to separate this. I normally have a heat gun. I don't have a heat gun with me today, so I'm going to separate this bad boy without the heat gun. So yeah, we'll see how that works for me. But what I would do in reality is I would take a heat gun or like a hairdryer on low, and I would just for like maybe a couple minutes, just nice and easy back and forth with the heat gun all over this. And all you're doing is you're just getting the glue heated up, so it can so it is obviously a little bit looser so you can remove it. So that's all it is. It's just double-sided sticky tape, and you're just trying to heat it up just to make it so it comes off easier. I don't have it. I'm probably going to use a blade and try to cut my way through this, but other than that, I'll get this off and show you what it looks like. Before I go all the way, I'm just kind of showing you. So it goes around, as you can see, around the knobs, the button right there, knob right there. I literally, guys, just took, now again, don't copy me. I'm taking a metal tool because I know it's sharp enough to kind of cut through the tape a little bit. So that's what I kind of did, was I kind of took it around the edging just to get it off the tape. And there you saw all that tape in there. We got to get all that off, so that's going to be a lot of fun too. But that's what you do. You just work it around the edge. Now, if you're doing it this way without a heat gun, do not go near the screen. So I worked on the outer edge. I stayed away from the black, the screen, because yeah, you're replacing this part, but the video shows on that display, that black in there, that you're not touching, you're not replacing that. You scratch that, you hit that, nick it, yeah, you're done. At that point, get another radio. So all I got left to do is just kind of cut through the bottom a little bit, but you can see like all this pops up on its own. You can see the gap I'm making. So that's it. I got my hands on it. The silver on the edging stays. You're not doing that. I started right there. That wasn't like a mark I created. That is a notch out right there. Same thing on the other side. There are notch outs right there. After I started, I kind of worked my way around the bottom edge and kind of went up. I found going up the sides, it literally as I was putting my tool in, and I could just literally hear it popping off. So that's what I got. I'm gonna get this off, get the other one off. Once I get this off, I'm gonna get all this tape off. All that tape's got to come off because your new one has new tape. So you gotta get all that off. Then we just put the new one on, and that's it, man. Pretty simple. All right, got all the glue off, peeled all the new stuff, and there's the new screen on, so you can see no bubbling, no nothing. Everything looks nice and clean. So, all right, I'm gonna button all this up, get it in, and make sure it works. All right, and there we go, guys. Everything's done, buttoned up. Again, guys, I'm on the road. I've got several more jobs to do. It's July 4th week, so it's a little crazy right now. So I can get back to the shop, get other stuff done. But things that I might have missed when I talked about removing the double-sided sticky tape. I just used my panel tool, and I just kind of like nicely scrape, and it just kind of like rolls over on stuff. It was pretty easy. That probably took me about 10 minutes to do. Overall, it wasn't bad. As you can see, I can now have full touchscreen. I can do whatever I want. All my buttons work. So that was the goal here. Everything seems to be functioning fine. I got it all reset for them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. Yeah, just take your time with it. Again, try not to touch anything with the screen. If you're touching that black screen, your fingerprint's gonna be left in there, and you're gonna see it, and you'll never be able to wipe it off. So be very careful. Maybe wear gloves or something like that. I don't know. Again, I just do this really fast. This probably took me like a half an hour to fly through this. But I just at least wanted to show you guys how it all works. So again, it's all finished up. Moving on to the next.